Captain Jax guided his small scouting ship, the Voidrunner, through the inky blackness of space. His mission was to search for new star systems and potential habitation zones for the human race. Resources back home were dwindling fast, and humanity needed to expand or face extinction. Jax had been exploring the void for months, pushing farther out into uncharted space than any human had ventured before. It was lonely work, just him and the ship's AI system he called Casper. But it was also exhilarating to be among the first humans to visit new worlds. As Jax stared out the forward view screen, he saw a tiny pinprick of light in the distance. "Casper, set a course for that star," he said. "Yes, Captain," the AI responded in its crisp, synthetic voice. The ship changed trajectory and headed towards the new find. As they drew closer, Jax could see it was a small reddish star with at least 2 planets orbiting around it. He felt a thrill of discovery. Take us into high orbit over the 4th planet and prep the scans. Casper initiated the scan protocols as they assumed orbit. Holographic screens flickered to life around Jax, showing the planet in more detail. It appeared to be a rocky terrestrial world with liquid water oceans and a breathable atmosphere. Scans showed no signs of intelligent life or civilizations, either past or present. "Captain, readings indicate conditions are favorable for human habitation on the surface," Casper reported. Jax nodded, a smile creeping onto his usually stoic face. This could be it, a new home for humanity. "Prep the dropship. We're going down for a closer look," he told the A. The Voidrunner carried a smaller planetary lander for milestone missions like this. Jax boarded the compact vessel and strapped himself into the pilot's seat. "Let's see what's down there," he muttered as the lander detached and descended into the planet's atmosphere. It was a smooth flight down. The sky was orange, tinted, the air hazy but breathable, seas of green, blue water stretched across the surface. Jax took the lander down to a rocky coastline near one of the small continents. He stepped out onto the alien soil, boots crunching on gravel and sand. Removing his helmet, he inhaled the air. It smelled of salt and unfamiliar plant matter, but his lungs processed it without issue. Gravity felt comparable to Earth standard. Atmosphere composition stable, no harmful compounds detected. Casper spoke through his suitcom. Jax nodded, looking up at the burnt orange sky. "Let's collect some samples. We'll want a full mineral survey too." He spent the next several hours exploring the immediate area, gathering rock and vegetation samples, taking holographic scans of everything around him. It was all standard procedure, though this time to assess colonization potential rather than just pure exploration. In a rocky canyon area, Jax found some pools of fresh water fed by underground aquifers. He saw no animal life, but the ocean likely harbored extensive ecosystems. With the right terraforming and imported flora and fauna from Earth, this planet could flourish. Finishing his surveys, Jax returned to the lander. "Casper, compile all scan data and samples. Send a priority message back to Earth Command. Tell them," he paused, swelling with emotion. "Tell them we found it." "Right away, Captain." As the lander lifted off back towards the Voidrunner, Jax took one last look at the alien landscape. Soon humans would arrive by the million, building cities and new lives on this virgin world. It filled him with overwhelming pride to have led the way. "Course plotted for return jump, Captain," Casper said as Jax boarded the mothership. Jax sat back in the command chair and took a deep breath. "Not just yet. First, let's do some low passes over the other inner planets. I want to get as complete a map of this system as we can before heading home." "Yes, Captain. Good thinking." The AI redirected their course towards the other planets. Jax watched the main view screen as the Voidrunner looped past one rocky inner world, then a larger gas giant. He recorded their positions and basic scans, noting nothing of particular interest. His mind was already on the next monumental tasks ahead, sending support missions, choosing colony sites, preparing a mass exodus from Earth. He was so preoccupied that he almost missed the first signs of trouble. The ship passed near the outer boundary of the system when proximity alarms blared. Jax bolted upright, immediately on alert. Casper, report. Detecting 3 unidentified vessels converging on our position. Jax watched in alarm as the black shapes closed in fast from the void. Sleek, multi-winged cruisers from the looks of them, but of no design he recognized. A sick dread filled his gut. First contact scenario initiated, Casper intoned. No response came from the unknown ships. Jax waved away the message screens. Casper tried projecting to them. It's no use. They aren't here to talk. Battle stations. Jax redirected all available power to the plasma shields and weapon systems. The Voidrunner was only a scouting vessel, lightly armed and armored compared to human warships, but she still packed a mean punch. Scramble targeting. Load all torpedo bays. He rattled off commands. Prepare to maneuver. The alien ships fanned out to encircle the Voidrunner as they drew within weapons range. Jax got a better look at them now, arrowhead-shaped with complex hull geometries. Their technology appeared highly sophisticated and dangerous. When 2 of the cruisers moved to flank them, Jax quickly assessed the odds. A stand-up fight against 3 unknown enemies would be suicide. Emergency jump coordinates locked in, he told Casper. Get us out of here, maximum speed. The engines kicked in with a hard thrust as the AI complied. Jax gritted his teeth against the acceleration, watching the alien ships grow smaller on the view screen as they escaped their trap. Seconds later, the stars elongated into streaking lines as the hyperspace window opened. Jax barely had time to catch his breath in relief before proximity alarms blared again. Impossibly, incredibly, the 3 alien ships had matched their jump perfectly, bearing down on them again. Evasive maneuvers, Jax called out. He braced himself as the Voidrunner jerked wildly, running dark and silent to lose their pursuit. But the cruisers stayed tight on their tail with uncanny tenacity. They matched every desperate twist, turn, and jump the Voidrunner attempted. Jax analyzed the sensor data with frustration as they continued the deadly game of cat and mouse. The technology aboard those ships was far beyond anything humans possessed. If the Voidrunner had any hope of escape, it would need an edge of its own. A risky, dangerous idea came to mind. One so insane he would never consider it under less dire circumstances. But they were running out of options. Casper, on my mark, we're going to override the safety protocols and jump blind. Captain, I must strongly advise against. Override command Jax Alpha 0. The AI went silent, processing his command code. Safety protocols disabled. Preparing blind jump on your mark. Jax watched the alien hunters close in for what would surely be a final, fatal confrontation. At the last possible second, he called out Mark. Jump now. The Voidrunner's hyperdrive spooled up rapidly, accelerating beyond its tested limits. Emergency klaxons wailed as the ship was flung into the hyperspace tunnel before the navigational algorithms could fully initialize. Everything became a blur of dizzying lights and distortion. Jax clung to his seat, praying they would not materialize inside a star or cosmic anomaly. But there were no other options. It was certain death behind, near certain death ahead. After nearly a minute of uncontrolled jump, the Voidrunner fell violently back into normal space. Jax was thrown hard against his restraints, feeling woozy. As his vision cleared, he scanned the view screen desperately, expecting to see the cruisers waiting for them. But there was only the calm starfield. No enemy ships in sight. Casper ran full scans before announcing, no other contacts or gravitational hazards detected. We appear to have eluded pursuit. Jax leaned back, exhaling slowly. They had gambled their lives on a prospect as thin as interstellar hydrogen, and won. It was over for now. Damage report. Casper displayed a list of non-critical system failures from their overloaded jump. Jax issued orders to run diagnostics and divert power to critical repairs. It would take weeks to fully overhaul the ship, but the dangerous escape maneuvers had worked. His joy was short-lived, however, as the implications set in. Whoever those aliens were, their concern now was getting a warning back to Earth. Humanity had unknowingly stirred up an interstellar hornet's nest, and without knowing where this random jump had taken them, getting back could be nearly impossible. Jax pushed the worries from his mind for the moment. Survival first, big picture later. They needed to make repairs, determine their location, and chart a way home. He gazed out at the sea of stars on the view screen, feeling how small they were in the vastness between the galaxies. Out there, lost and alone, the only thing they could do was keep searching. The Voidrunner would run again,